Heat and Knicks game one was definitely a throwback to those 90s defensive prowess here. And man, I'm a little disappointed. The Knicks lost game one, 108 to 101. Kind of maintaining the heat, controlling some of their players. Adebayo was slow to get off until the second half. Jimmy was trying to get his. But the Knicks were doing what supposed to do. But RJ Barrett was beasting. RJ was beasting in the first quarter, had 11 points. It was a tale of two halves, first and foremost. The first half, the Knicks had total control. Yeah, let's not kid ourselves. Up by 5. At one point, they were up by like 11. Everything was clicking on all cylinders. Uh, Brunson had a so-so first half, but still was out there running the show. Josh Hart was doing what he always does. He's one of those sneaky rebounders. RJ Barrett had himself a great game, but it was all in the first half. Kind of disappeared a little bit in the second half. And of course, Mitch Robinson was having a Mitch Robinson game. Maybe not scoring so much, but doing what he's supposed to be doing, blocking, defending, and it goes rebounding. The story of the game here was that the Knicks were really bad shooting beyond the arc. The Heat were not that great, but they were much better than the Knicks. The Miami Heat outshot the Knicks 33% from beyond the arc, right? 13 out of 39. The Knicks shot 20%, but attempted 34 shots from three, only hit 7. Okay, that's a plus and minus of 6 right there. That's 18 points differential. The other battle here where the Knicks really, really struggled was getting to the line. All right, the Heat got to the line 29 times, hit 23 free throws, 79%. The Heat got to the line 9 less times and hit less free throws than the Heat, 12 out of 20. That's not good. The Heat, made 11 more free throws. That's a differential of 11 more points between that and the 3-point combination. That's the difference of the game right there. The Knicks, Obi Toppin hit 4 threes. He was their best 3-point shooter. He took 11 shots. Obi hits a power forward. That's not his game. He took 11 threes. Brunson stunk it up, had 25 points, but did not make a three. Josh Hart, wide open. Josh had a 4 out of the 4. 3 of those were wide open. RJ Barrett hit 1, but he was the best and most consistent player. He's the one that shot the best from the field. Had a really nice all-around game, man. 9 rebounds. Was playing really good defense on Jimmy up to one point. It was making Jimmy work. Was making Jimmy Butler work. But the Heat definitely outscored the Knicks in the second half. They were hitting those threes. They really got hot in the second half, and the Knicks were not. Bottom line, they got to the line, and the Knicks didn't. And when the Heat got to the line, they shot at a higher percentage than the Knicks did. That's it. That's your story of the game. It was a very close game. Jimmy Butler again. He's having a Jimmy playoff status over here. 25 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 9 for 11 from the line. Went to the line, shot 50% from the field. Again, efficiently as hell. Gabe Vincent hit 5 3-pointers. Shot out 12 of them, but hit 5, 20 points. Unexpected. You did not see that. Kevin Love only played 16 minutes, man. But those 16 minutes, the man went 2 for 5 from beyond the arc, had himself 5 rebounds. He had 4 assists. All 4 of those assists were long outlet passes that all converted to freaking points. I mean, the man was out there slinging the rock from one end of the court to the other, and Jimmy and Strauss were all like the Struz, whatever the guy's name is. They were all like wide receivers out there catching these long bombs. Aaron Rodgers was in the game, and I think Aaron was impressed with the arm of Kevin Love, all right, because he hit like those 4 assists were all long from one end of the court to the other end, outlet passes that all resulted in points. You can't do that. You can't play that lackadaisical and get yourself caught off guard by having 8 points, 4 of those assists, like nothing like that. That's BS. That's really BS. Anyway, moving on, just to keep pointing out the obvious here. Bam Adebayo, 7 of 13, 16 points, quiet. The other big story of the game was off the bench, man. Man, Kyle Lowry had himself a game. He had another 5 threes, 18 points off the bench, 6 assists. The man had 4 blocks. How the hell is Kyle Lowry? Big butt Kyle Lowry. All right, big butts can not lie. Kyle Lowry definitely had 4 assists and was in disguise. I don't know. I'm trying to match it up. 6 assists, but he had 4 blocks. But when you go 6 to 2 turnover ratio, that's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, Kyle Lowry was huge. Was really, really huge. And now moving on and staying on Jimmy. Jimmy had another solid game. Maybe not that 42 game like he had a game 5 against the Bucks or 56 like he had in game 4. However, Jimmy Butler had him rolled an ankle. He rolled an ankle. Right? That's a problem. I know he stayed in the game, but reality is going to set after that adrenaline goes away. That ankle roll did not look great. So that's one thing that the Heat gonna be looking for. That how much of in game shape or percentage wise Jimmy is gonna be for game two. He's gonna have 48 hours to heal that ankle. We don't know I guess the capacity or the level of pain here or damage or strain was this ankle roll by Jimmy Butler. We shall see. We definitely shall see. Game two, I think the Knicks need to be super aggressive. They actually need to go at Jimmy Butler because he's not going to be 100%. Rolled ankles do not, you don't come back that easy. It's going to linger. I mean, you can still play. He played after that. He was moving a little slower, gingerly. But after he gets to treatments, the heat, the PT, and all that stuff, it's going to linger. It's going to linger throughout the playoffs. It's very easy. It could easily re-aggravate itself again. So honestly, the Knicks need to attack Jimmy Butler, make him play D, and rough him around. Right now, he is a little bit hurt, and when you got an animal that's bleeding, you got to go for it. I'm not saying to play dirty, all right, but this is Knicks and Heat rivalry. We need to run it back to the '90s. Okay, we need that kind of toughness because if not, the Heat are going to eat our lunch because Jimmy Butler right now is playing on a different level, Jordan status. I mean, look today, he did not go over 30, but he still had 11 points. He get hits whenever he can. The Heat are making plays for Jimmy to get open when Jimmy was struggling at the beginning of the game. After that second quarter, after that first quarter, the Heat adjusted it. Spoelstra did a great job of getting Jimmy Butler the ball on transition, on cuts, and the rest is history. But Jimmy again was doing his thing. Jimmy scored, had 11 boards. That's huge. I mean, come on, that is huge. When you have Jimmy Butler doing work like this, 8 out of 16, that's 50%. I'm repeating the stats again, 9 for 11, 11 total rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. That's your regular season Jimmy stat line right there. But that means so much more because he was all over the place, man. He was all over the place. He was playing good defense. And you know what? Adebayo had a so-so game, had about 8 boards. Adebayo can get you more than this. Also, Struce had 8 points, not great, but he hit 2 out of 5 from three, and there were big shots as well. Off the bench, Lowry was the other big difference in the game. Again, the Knicks need to work, need to get to the line more often and make those free throws, hit more threes for the next game, and we need more from quickly. 9 points off the bench is not enough from uh, IQ. I think that honestly, and I think this series is going to go 7. If the Knicks win the series, it's 7 games. If the Heat win is going to be 6 games. That's my prediction for this.